Hi, welcome back with another movie explanation. Today, I'm going to explain a horror film called The Dead. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. The film opens with a man named Lieutenant Brian, a soldier. He shoots a zombie in the head and goes near the body. He checks inside the pockets of the body. He finds a few bullets and some cash. In the next scene, we see the lieutenant's past. He was in a plane with a man infested with the zombie virus. There are other people in the plane with Lieutenant Brian. The infected man bites one of the soldiers in the plane, and the soldier who got bit slowly turns into a zombie. The soldier who got bit shoots the man infected and shoots himself in the head. He does this to prevent the virus from spreading. The pilots of the plane talk to each other. We know from their words that there are zombies everywhere. In the next scene, people in the town are seen running all over the place to save themselves from the zombies. A woman hides in a hole with their son to escape from the zombies. Soon, the soldiers come to the village to save the people from the zombies. A soldier shoots and kills a lot of zombies. Some zombies bite the soldiers and turns them into zombies as well. After this, a zombie is seen approaching the mother and the son hiding in the hole. The mother tells her son to run and pushes him out of the hole. The mother gets bit by the zombie that attacked them. Her son goes with the soldier and leaves the town. In the next scene, we can see the plane Lieutenant Brian was traveling has crashed in the sea. All the soldiers in the plane died, and only Brian was able to survive. He holds onto a wooden box and floats to an island. On the island, Brian sees people who turn into zombies. The zombies approach Brian slowly. Brian has no weapons on him. He breaks the lock on his wooden box he brought with him. He finds a gun in the box and shoots zombies around him. After this, he takes a few more weapons and clothes from the wooden box and starts running into the island. Brian looks at his pictures of his wife and daughter. Then suddenly, a zombie attacks him. He shoots the zombie in the head and moves forward. In the next scene, an African soldier named Daniel returns to his town. Daniel used to live in the town that was attacked by the zombies last night. Daniel is the father of a boy who went with the soldiers after his mother died, in the process of saving him from the zombies. Daniel talks to an old lady who looks like she has been attacked. The old lady tells him about his wife's death and how a zombie attacked her. She also tells him about his son, who is now with the military. After this, Lieutenant Brian is seen going to a village. He finds an old car without wheels in the town. He tries to start it and finds out that there is no fuel in it. He searches in the houses there for fuel and finds a petrol can. After this, he fills a gas tank of a car. He fixes the tires. While fixing the tires, a zombie attacks Lieutenant Brian. He shoots a zombie in the head. Hearing the gunshot, a lot of zombies start walking towards Lieutenant Brian. He fixes the car in a hurry and starts a car. He takes off from the town in that old car. After traveling for a while, Lieutenant Brian sees one of the soldiers he knew has now turned into a zombie and hits him with the car and kills him. By doing this, the back tire of his car gets stuck in the pit. The zombies start to attack Lieutenant Brian. They catch him, but suddenly, all the zombies get shot in the head. Daniel shoots all the zombies that were attacking Lieutenant Brian. Daniel is shocked to see an American soldier. After this, he asks him if he got bit by the zombies. Lieutenant Brian replies no. He did not get bit by any zombies. After this, Brian and Daniel go in the car. Daniel tells Brian that he hates the Americans because they are the ones who attacked them, and they are the ones who sent the doctors to heal them. Daniel tells Brian that he hates the Americans. Brian replies that he is just a mechanical engineer. He just repairs the machines and nothing more. After this, he asks Daniel about the airport. Daniel tells Brian that there is no airport nearby, but there is an airbase. Daniel and Lieutenant Brian go towards the airbase. Daniel agrees to take Lieutenant Brian to the airbase on one condition. He asks him to leave the car for him because it can help him survive from the zombies on the land. Daniel says to Lieutenant Brian, all the American soldiers has left before the zombie infestation. Why are you still here? To this, Lieutenant Brian replies, the plane he was in crash-landed near the sea, and he was stranded in the island near the town they are in. While they are having the conversation, Daniel says that his son might be with the North Side soldiers. He also says that he was assigned to stay on the roadblocks to kill the zombies on the road, but he left the roadblocks and came to his town to save his family. He says he was too late to reach and lost his wife. Soon, they see some soldiers saving the common people from the zombies. After a while, they reach another nearby deserted town and enter some houses and see the zombies. Lieutenant Brian shoots down the zombies and takes the things that might be of help with them later on their journey. Daniel catches a hen so they can have it for lunch later. After this, they leave the town in the old car. Soon, after traveling a few miles, the car stops working and they get down off the car. They leave the car and go to the airbase by walking. They reach the airbase after walking for a mile or two. After going to the airbase, Lieutenant Brian goes inside a room to check for things they might need. He goes inside the dark room. Without a torchlight in the darkness, suddenly a zombie attacks on Brian. It is hard to kill it in the darkness, but Brian manages to shoot it in the head. After this, he goes to another room and finds a communication device and tries to contact anyone, but it does not work. Soon, he goes back to Daniel, who is filling a can with the fuel. Daniel tells him that there might be someone at the military base who can help him. He asks Brian to accompany him, and they start walking towards their car to fill it with fuel. They go to the car. It gets dark outside. They start to fill the car with fuel. While doing this, some zombies attack them. Daniel slashes all the zombies ahead and kills them. After this, we can see that Brian is driving the car, but after going in the car for a while, Brian feels sleepy, so Daniel takes the car and drives it. The next morning, they reach a roadblock where they see some soldiers. One of the soldiers asks Daniel where they are going, and he asks him what he's doing with an American. To this, Daniel replies that he is looking for his son, and Brian is helping him. In the night, Brian and Daniel sit with the soldiers around the campfire. Daniel talks to the soldiers. He asks the soldiers for help to go to the Northside military base to find his son, but the soldier says he can't help him. The next morning, while Brian was asleep, he listens to a man praying to God. After this, he dreams of his wife and daughter. Seeing this, Brian wakes up. After they freshen up and head to the military base in the car, they travel a few miles in the car, and it stops due to overheating. To repair the car, they have to fill it with water. Brian fills the water from the bottle he has and asks for Daniel's bottle. He says he won't give the water because there is no guarantee that the car would start again after filling the water, and this is the last of our water. Brian convinces Daniel and fills the water from his bottle, and the car starts again. They leave in the car. In the next scene, they stop near a borewell and take a bath. They fill their bottles with water and leave the place. The night falls. While traveling in the car, they hit a zombie because they don't have the headlights on. Daniel tells Brian to put the headlights on, but he says no because the light attracts the zombies towards them. Daniel tells him repeatedly to switch the lights on. Brian switches the lights on and they see a lot of zombies on the road. They kill some zombies and leave their car on the road and they run away. They camp at a place far from the zombies. Daniel puts up some traps to know if the zombies come near their camping site. The next morning, some zombies attack them and Daniel gets bit. Because of this, Brian shoots him and moves on. After a few days, he reaches the military base and finds Daniel's son. After this, they leave the country. The film ends here. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. Stay safe and never forget, you are awesome.